Can this international break just please go away? I just had to get it off my chest. How you boys doing? How's everyone in the chat? Welcome to your Sunday night grumpy old Reds, and it's going to be a fun one today because our Forest now good enough to get into Europe. Yes, we're jumping from a relegation battle all the way to Europe, and we're going to see which of these three idiots thinks they can do a better job than Cooper. Will it be Beavis, Butthead, or Egghead? We're about to find out. Hope you guys in the chat are well. You know what, boys? Can I just start by saying I kind of missed you just because, not that I've missed you, I just miss talking football, man. I hate international weekend. Chat, how do you not feel about international pointless friendlies or qualifiers or whatever the hell's going on? What say you, boys?
I think you're a pussy for missing us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, first off.
That's a bit,
well,
bit
from
uncomfortable.
my point of view, if we had a decent manager for England, I'd be very excited by the international breaks because I'd be looking forward to some good football by possibly the most talented squad in world football at the current moment. However, we have a manager that seems to think that Henderson is better than Foden, and Harry Maguire deserves to be in the starting lineup.
That's true.
I cannot get excited by it. I find it extremely dull and disappointing, and each time I watch it, it's more and more disappointing. Get rid of that manager, get a decent manager in, win the World Cup, win the Euro Championships next season. Easy.
Wait, what is next? Is it the Championship? Is it the Euros? I don't know.
Yeah,
anymore.
What Euros next?
What are we qualifying for?
Euros.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I've lost track with COVID.
You
and we've got by far the best. We've got by far the most talented squad in Europe without any shot. We're miles. There's nobody close.
No,
we are the Manchester
France have got a better squad, mate.
France have got to be, yeah.
No.
No.
Why are you joking? Our squad is far better and deeper than France's squad. Far better.
You couldn't even name a French player. How are you gonna even make?
What does that tell you? What does that tell you?
It tells you you're stupid. That's what it tells you.
No, man. Just look at our squad. Actually, look at the players. Take your blinkers off. Look at our players. Forget the manager. We have got a really excellent squad of talented footballers.
Prima donnas, mate. They're all prima donnas.
But I didn't say it wasn't good, and I just said France have got a better one. Chat, France or England? Who's got the better squad?
France.
England.
You're saying France.
It's not even close. Not even close. Not even close.
It's not close. Are you seriously that stupid, man? Seriously?
No, I'm not stupid. Why are you calling me stupid? It's not very nice, is it?
Because you don't know the French players, and you're just there like, I am Forest and from England.
Who are these great French players? You've got Mbappe. Yeah, great. One trick pony. Don't worry. What Kyle Walker snuff him out again like he did last time. Next.
Keep going.
No, next. I'm saying they've got one good player. Next.
All right. What do you think of Brice Samba? Boom!
I think Aaron Ramsdale's a better goalkeeper than Brice Samba.
Samba didn't play the last game.
Yeah, he's not their number one.
I'm just saying, I think, he asked me the question. What do I think of Brice Samba? Brice Samba is fantastic. He's nowhere near the quality of Aaron Ramsdale.
Oh, I don't know.
Next.
We're going to do this. No, I don't want to do this.
We're here for Forest.
It's not true. It's a myth. It's a myth.
I don't know.
We're here for Forest.
Yeah,
Through international. Look, I'll just say this. Why don't they just give automatic qualification for proper football teams and then let the shitty teams then have to qualify? Okay, we're going to get into Forest now. We've all got it off our chest. Would anyone else like to add anything about how crap international friendlies are?
No, just crap. That was Ant, by the way, Andrew. That was Ant.
Okay. Before we get started, I'm going to tell you the format, but let's do a couple of quick shout outs. Simon, thank you so much for the 6 months, bud. And as well for your first super sticker, the 199. Really do appreciate it. Yeah. And Chris the Legend, 8 months, bro. Where's that flown by? Thank you so much for all your support in the chat. Okay, let me run you through what's coming up tonight. I got the 3 idiots. They've submitted their final teams for what they think will get Forest into at least Europe. We will ask them how high they think their positions will finish. We will go through them one by one, and I will let it open up to the other two to scrutinize each other's teams and then chat. As we get to the end of each team, I'm going to bring your comments in and your thoughts. And at the end of the night, we're going to vote on which one is the best one, if any. If any. So that's the plan for tonight. And we've got a poll open where we're going to decide who we pick on first. And at the moment, the most hated person out of the three of them is Beavis. And you've got 41% of the vote. Eds has 33% of the vote. And Dino's got 26% of the vote. Kissing out to his haters. Kissing out to his haters. All right. Shall we get started? This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. And chat, I want you to scrutinize these teams. And in between, we'll bring up your super chats, your messages, etc., and we'll go through them. So are you boys ready? Shall we get started?
Yep.
Shall we get started? I'm going to close the poll. It's going to go Ant's team first. Then we're going to Ez. And then we're going to Dino. Are you boys ready? Let's do it.
Let's go.
You ready?
Born ready.
Okay, hold on. I got to get the teams up. All right, Mr. Ant, the floor is yours. What is this crap I see before me? Start talking.
Well, I don't know really how you can call it crap. They're all Forest players on there, matey.
Fair enough.
Okay, I actually sent two teams. One as the more attacking kind of home team, if you like, and another one's a more defensive away team against the top players.
Is this a defensive one?
Which is my more attacking home team. Back four, obviously. By the way, there are players I've had to leave out that could easily fill in for some of these places. It's not easy
making your excuses and explain your team on who's on there first.
I'm explaining that, for example, Andre Santos is a superb player and will play a part, I hope, a big part in our season. But, you know, you can't fit everybody in.
So what you're saying is you think Santos is crap because you haven't put him in your first 11. We get it. Now move on.
Vlachodimos. I've gone for him, not because I know he's a better goalkeeper than Turner, but on what I've seen and what I've been told, I think I've got to give him that chance to make that spot his own. So I would do that. Back four, obviously back four, not even considered a back three. So with us having like Aina's played really well at left back, even though he's predominantly a right back. He's played really well at left back, and we don't really have anybody else that I would put in his place. The middle two for me pick themselves. Niakate and Felipe are like rocks. You've got a great combination of skill, of pace, of animalness, aggression, and then Aurier on the right because I think he's the best right back in the club. Now, I've gone for a single pivot, a number 6.
Wait. Before he goes on, do either of you want to pick out anything he's done in that defense? Because the chat are putting some question marks up.
What on the defense?
Yeah, go on, Ez. What are you seeing in there?
Defense-wise, I'm just thinking long-term. I love Felipe. We all love Felipe, but I don't think he's going to be someone we can rely on for too many games this season. So that would be probably the only one out of that back five that I'd switch out for somebody else. I won't tell you.
I think it's important for us to make it known. We were told to pick, assuming everybody's fit and in form.
Yeah.
So,
you're right.
You know,
let's make that
the chat say such and such is injured and whatever. It's if they're all fit and in form.
Yeah. And chat, start thinking about your team. We're coming your way as well.
Yeah, Shakadima and pliers for me. No. He's got butter on his gloves. He can't catch a ball to save his life. He's a good shot stopper, but he's like Navas for me. And for me, he's Turner's place to lose. So I wouldn't put Vlachodimos in goal. Shakadimos and pliers.
I've got no objection to that, Dino. I've got no objection to Turner being in. Either one for me.
All right, and there's a few messages in chat saying Worrall's earned his start. Captain Worrall, where is he?
He's on the bench. For me, Joe's just signed a new contract, and I'm happy. I'm happy about that. But for me, he's a squad player. He's not better than a lot of the other defenders. We've got the young lad from Norwich coming through. We've got Murillo coming through. You know, these are the future. These are the prospects. These are the ones that we believe have got the quality. But Joe is a solid backup when we need him. I'm quite happy with. But that's what he is for me. And you can't go on. He's earned his place. He had a good game against Chelsea. That's not earning your place. That's having a good game against Chelsea. You need to do that on a consistent basis, which we've not seen from Joe.
Okay, question to you guys. And do you think, judging by what you've said there, Ant, do you only see Worrall coming back in if it's in a back three? Because I would say I don't see him coming back into a back two.
I'd like to think so, Ez. I'd like to think so, but we don't know with our manager, do we? But I'd like to think so.
Wait. I don't care how good a game he had against Chelsea, right? Everyone forgets about Bolly. I'm sorry, Bolly for me has probably been player of the month. So
I agree.
Why are people not waxing lyrical about how good Bolly has been? For me, surely Bolly has to come into that equation.
Yeah, I would put a Bolly ahead of Joe. If it's a back four, definitely. If it's a back four, I would pick Bolly ahead of Joe every time. It's been immense.
Okay. All right, let's move into your midfield, and it looks a bit stupid, but go
spicy. Well, I've gone for a number 6 in Sangare because I think he's such a wonderful player that because he's a 6, he doesn't mean he's going to sit in that position all game. He's quite capable of moving forward and making it a midfield 3. That's not an issue for Sangare. He's just magnificent, but he is capable of doing a lone 6 as well. I picked Danilo because I absolutely adore the guy and I think he's going to be some special player. I know he's had a slow start to the season, but he's had niggling injuries. There's no doubt about that. I believe myself he'll come good. And I think driving down that left-hand side is a box-to-box. I think he's got the energy. I think he's got the capability of creating a lot of stuff for us. And he can even pop in with odd goal. Now then, Mr. MGW, he was the one I had an issue with. I think people know that I've got an issue with MGW. Mr. Flicks some fucking tricks. But when he's on it, he's on it. And I do believe he's a great driving force for Nottingham Forest. It's obviously he'd bleed for the club, and he's obviously a very talented young man. I put him on there on the basis that he's going to cut out the stupid things he's doing. He's going to improve. In which case, he deserves his place in that midfield again, driving forward from the number 10.
I'm being blocked here, man. Right, quick. Okay, I've got an objection, and it seems to me like you're shoehorning MG Dub in because I don't see that in working in that formation personally. I think you just shoehorn him in it.
That's fair enough. I mean, obviously, I disagree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it.
He's either a number 10. He's a number 10 first. Number 10 first, then he's a winger. He's hardly a winger, but then he can play either side. Definitely not a midfielder for me. It's not strong enough. That's too attacking. Sangare, Owen put it in the chat. Sangare
he's a number 10 in midfielder.
On his own. He's not Superman.
He's an attacking midfielder, yes, but number 10 and a number 8.
He's not a midfielder then.
That's an eight position that you've kind of put him in. And I don't see him
put him in an 8 position. Danilo's in the 8 position. Don't tell me what I've done.
Well, you got 2 number 8s, haven't you? There. So would you have it? Okay, so where's MG Dub on that? Because that's not his best position. What my argument is, but there's better players who can play that position that you're leaving on the bench.
You don't think MGW can play 10 then?
No, I don't think he's the best for
I think
the
he's
role.
Played 10 loads of times in his career.
No, I'm not talking about. That's not a 10. That's not a 10
that
role.
Is a 10. That is exactly where a 10 is.
So is Danilo a 10 then?
Danilo is an 8.
No, but you haven't put him in 10.
Don't you watch football?
No,
I'm just looking at the exact line.
Right, let me say this then. The best or second best team last year were Arsenal. They played exactly that formation. They had Xhaka as an 8 and they had Bergkamp. They had Odegaard as a 10. Exactly like that. And they had Partey as a 6. That was their best side. Exactly that. And you're telling me that doesn't work?
Yeah, no, it doesn't work.
Sorry. No, I'm not accepting. No, it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work for me. That's what I was going to get to. Go on.
Yep, go on then.
Aina's flying up the left. Aurier goes up the right and then never runs back because he never does. Sangare, Niakate, Felipe. Felipe's kind of lost his legs now. He's only good with his ball sense, positioning sense. It's going to be like a Newcastle under Kevin Keegan, this one.
No. It'd be like a Newcastle in the fact we'll score loads of goals. It won't be like a Newcastle in the respect that we.
My argument.
You've got to understand, you've got to have players that have got to be disciplined. If you're not, you may as well get them out of the squad.
Yeah,
But this
Anne,
is
you
what
don't
I'm
know
saying.
you're
You're saying
talking
Abrams when we
about.
don't that wing. That's what we've got Alanga and Hudson and Odoi for.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I like your formation. I just don't think MG Dub is a player to put. There's better players that fill that position than MG Dub. And I think, and my argument is that you're putting MG Dub in just for the sake of putting MG Dub in when for me there's better players for that second.
Wolverine
pivot.
told me I had to, otherwise I wouldn't be allowed on.
Shut up, you.
That's probably true. That's probably true.
The thing is, I know what you're doing, but you're just being an idiot, right? Because what you're doing, you got Sangare in the 6, you got Danilo in the 8, and then you got MG Dub in the 10. So you should have sent it like that. That would make more sense.
That makes more sense.
How many times, a lot of times, by the way, have I said to you, it doesn't matter pre-match, we either stick them. It's because people don't stay in those positions. Zinchenko is down as a left back.
Oh,
He doesn't play as a left back. He plays as an inside midfielder. Okay.
Ignorant.
Okay, so you have to. But when you're putting a team sheet out, you can't just put them all over the place. You can't put, well, he's going to start there, but he'll move over there, and he's going to come across there and cover that. You can't do all that. You have to put it in a formation. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Dina, I want to get your opinion on his midfield 3 and what you would change. Let's just take a quick 30-second break, catch up with the super chats. Thank you all for the super chats and memberships, and get your thoughts in on Ant's dumbass tactics, man. Visual Joker with the 8 months. Thank you so much, buddy. Hey, respect the chat right now, Ant. Respect the chat. Nikki, the legend. Oh my God, look at his profile picture. Seriously, Nikki. What are you thinking?
He's saving the best, isn't it? Look at that. How beautiful is that?
Even to all 4 of you.
Profile picture. It started off well. Nikki, it's gone downhill since.
Nikki, you're looking good. Well, next to that thing, I'm not surprised.
You're doing well to look good next to me, mate. You're doing well.
Eddie the legend. We are Brazil now. Thank you so much for the $4.99. He is chucking the Brazilians in, isn't he? And 007 saying, do not have enough wingers to play this formation. Interesting. Wingers. Yeah. I appreciate the two. Is that Swiss francs?
Yeah,
Swiss francs. Thank you so much, guys. Get your thoughts in on the team. As soon as we get to the end of Ant's team, then we'll just quickly get through your comments as well, just to keep the flow going quite nicely on this. There's over 330, I think, of you in here. Please don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't already. And make sure you subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new. We're already arguing, and we haven't even got to the strikers for him. Well, yeah, yours. Dino,
I was going to say we haven't even got to these knobheads efforts.
On Ant's midfield, Dino.
Yeah.
What would you change? Well, not what would you change, but what doesn't look right to you about it? We'll get on to obviously what you change would be yours.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give too much away because obviously you'll see mine, but MGW just doesn't fit there unless you had it in the 4-2-3-1. But I just think if you've got wing backs or right backs that go forward, like we've bought in the window and we've had last season, then you need a couple of tacklers in midfield. I'm sorry, because we got overrun a lot last year in midfield. And I think with MGW in there, trying tricks and flicks in his own half, he's ain't going to work for me. If he's a 10, like you moved it, then fine. And that's not too bad. But I just think MGW just sticks out like a sore thumb to me there.
My idea is for Sangare and Danilo to be more defensive. Danilo, as I said, could play 8 box to box. But that means if he's playing box to box, he's got defensive duties as well as attacking duties. So it's quite easy for Danilo to come back and double pivot with Sangare. That's not difficult.
He's not a defensive midfielder.
Then you've never set up a team. If you're having Danilo as the 8,
no, I've never set up a team. You're quite right. I was always a star player, not a coach.
Mate. If you're putting him in the 8, it's like that. It's like that.
Yeah, but I would never send you a team looking like that because it doesn't look right.
That's a 4-2-3-1. That's literally a 4-2-3-1.
You could say it's a 4-2-1-3 if you wanted when you're attacking. I mean, formations, as the great master, Mr. Mikel Arteta said, in one game, he played 36 different formations.
Hostile again.
I thought he was going to say the
36
great
different
Clough there for a
formations.
second.
You don't
He's not
just
even-
sit.
great
Those players
Arteta.
don't just stand where you stick them on this board. They don't just stand there and don't move. They do move, you know. So when the team's attacking us, Danilo drops back and forms a double pivot with Sangare. I don't understand what the difficult. Why
Danilo's not got tackling him. Sorry, he's not. He's a box to box.
Danilo was bought as a defensive midfielder. Dino, that's what his position was.
I'm telling you now,
No,
he's not.
No, you can say what you like. Look, you can say what I'm speaking facts. Facts.
Go look at my video on Danilo when he first
No, I don't
came.
need to. I'm talking facts. He was bought as a defensive midfielder. He's not a defensive midfielder. He's not a defensive midfielder, but that's what he was bought for. But
So why didn't you play Freuler then?
No, wait. Let me defend Dan. He is right. He is right. Danilo was brought in as a CDM. It was you, Dino, who pointed it out day one that he's a box to box. And then Cooper eventually pushed him into the box to box position. So Anne is right. You are right.
Not.
He is an 8, but he was bought as a 6. We didn't have a 6. That's why he was bought
as a 6. He was bought as a box to box, man. They're not that stupid. Come on.
You want to bet?
No comment.
Do you want to bet? They bought Chris Wood as a fucking superstar striker for 19 million. And you're saying they're not stupid? They bought Shelby as a midfielder.
I can't argue with that one, to be
stupid.
fair.
All right, let's move it into the front three. Hopefully, we won't get too many arguments, right? So, Anne, what are you thinking here with the front three?
Well, it's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? We've got 2 lightning wingers. Hopefully, Hudson-Odoi can rediscover the form he had from a few years ago. Once he's settled into a team and he knows his position, and we know we've seen what Alanga can bring, and we know what Tyro brings. So I doubt many people will disagree with that front three, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
It kind of fits itself.
Can't argue with it. I can't argue with it. Personally.
Is he good enough, though? Is he good enough, Hudson-Odoi?
Yet to be seen. I'm basing that on hope.
Yeah, agree with that.
Hope and expectations.
Well, who else have we got?
All right, so that's his team. I'm gonna come to Ez and Dino and get their thoughts. The chat going crazy, man. What have I walked into? Yeah, monthlies. It is. You know what? It's missing football, and as Nicky says, it's getting heated. So let's get into some of your comments. Get some of your comments on what you think of Ant's team. Remember, at the end of the stream, I will get you guys to vote on which team is the best out of these ones. Laurie, let's talk about monthlies. When Ant's right, he's right. We'll wait for the time he's right. Is this stream to push for the awards? The voting is closed, so thank you to everyone who has voted. This is a key one. I'm going to bring Sony's message up in a second. In fact, let's bring it up now. Ant, not enough Dominguez. What are you thinking about Dominguez here?
Wes.
Sorry, Dominguez.
Yeah, I'm excited about Dominguez, and he could quite easily replace Danilo. I did say at the beginning, I love the guy, so he's going to get in my team. So I fully admit to a little bias there. So if I was to make a change to get Dominguez in, then he would be in place of Danilo.
Okay, let's just get the rest of the super chats done as well. Crypto, the legend with the £2. Crypto, I shouted you out in today's video. I hope you caught it. £2 saying, Ant, are France better than Forest?
Let's see how my team works out. Oh,
his team works out. Have I been glossed? Oh, shut up, Eddie. I just read that and figured out what he was going on about. All right, guys. So that's Ant's team. Give us a quick flavor. Out of 10 in the chat of what you're giving this team from Ant, which technically...
You didn't tell us we were doing that.
Technically, it's a 4-1-2-3. He's literally made up a formation. I think what he's trying to do is a 4-2-3-1. And as Crypto says, what the hell are you smoking tonight, Ant? Seriously. Oh, there's a -10. Let's get the members' scores in. If you remember, we'll bring your score up.
Oh my God,
they're
I've got
fire.
6. I'm doing
Mark,
well. I'm 7.
Mark, seriously, Mark?
Such a happy clapper, Mark.
Mark,
A
you
man of vast intellect and knowledge.
ant
Mark,
clapper. You ant clapper. Jasper's more on it. Absolutely. Daniel's
that's a
saying
high,
creatively
not
not bad. However, highest I can give it is a 6. Brett, Come on, man. Really, Brett? Just because he's got the Brazilians in, you got your Brazil flag. What's going on there? Maddie giving it a 7.
I see.
Harvey giving it a 6. Few 6s here. I think Crypto's more on the mark there. Ant is hammering this. Brotherly love there. Blood is thicker than water. Maydog 9.5. Only needs Henderson for a full fat 10. Mad Lion giving it a 4. Martin. Okay. We got to give Martin a title, boys. I'm thinking he should be, because Martin does some great stuff for FFTV. Can we call him Martin? You are now officially FFTV's consigliere. FFTV. What's the word? What's the word?
Call him FFTV Sherlock.
I think we got to keep it with the Greek father.
He's not got a consigliere role yet. Come on, man. He's got to work towards that.
I don't know. Does he want it?
He needs to sort his FPL team out. That's for sure. He's never. But I'm going to call you out, Martin, on the next stream, mate. You are shocking. You're going to get the wooden spoon if you carry on, mate. I'm telling you.
I'm going to call you out on the next stream. You are shocking.
Let's call him out on this one. Chris giving it a 6. Wade giving it a 6. 5. So it's a bit of a mixed bag here. Oh my God, there's so many scores I can't keep up.
Yeah, you did miss some 8.
Yeah, you missed a load of 8.
There was some
Select on purpose. All right, concierge. I
They'll
can't
change
say
their
it.
mind when
No, that's concierge. He's not a concierge. It's consigliere. Who got it right? Yeah, 007. He's always my boy. He's my boy. He knows what he's talking about. 007. He's got it right.
That's a pasta, isn't it?
That's it.
Anyway, all right, boys. Let's move on then. And you shamed yourself enough. Who was next on the hated list? Was it Ez?
Dino.
It was Ez. Okay. And by the way, guys,
I might have been the best. I might have been the hated one at the bottom. So depends how you look at it.
By the way, guys, if you want to know whose team it is, there's a little symbol in that top corner representing each one. So obviously, he's been in to see Mavis, the makeup lady. She sorted him out some nice little mascara on the eyes there, looking good. And now we go to Ez. You can see there, the height restriction. So you know whose one it is.
I've never not been allowed on a ride at Alton Towers, mate. I'm always.
Yeah, that's because you're in the kids section, mate. Have you gone to the adult section, mate?
Shut up.
Look at Nathan. Look what Nathan's put in the chat. Sod off.
Martin saying, thanks, lads. I'll always make a team get bored and give up. Yeah, I know exactly the feeling. All right, freaking Nemesis. Took us through. What the hell? I'm just looking through it. Sorry, go on. You took us through.
Okay, go on. Okay, right. I think and you went for Vlachodimos as well in goal, didn't you? Because I think what Cooper's going to do.
Sorry, just before you start, let me just say it out loud because some people listen back on the podcast and are thinking, "What's the team?" So you've gone for at the back Vlachodimos. You've got an Einar Niakate, Omar Bamadeli, Aurier, Dominguez, Sangare, MG Dub, Elanga, Hudson-Odoi, and Awani in a 4-2-3-1. For those of you listening on the podcast later, sorry to interrupt you. The floor is yours, bro.
Yeah, so well said. But I think me and Ant went for the same goalkeeper. I think what Cooper's going to do is what he tends to do when he's got 2 goalkeepers and he's not sure who to play. He did the same thing with Horvath at the end of the promotion season when he came back from his international break. And then he'd been doing well. Samba had been given his time out, quite rightly so. And then he switched him back in after the international break, which is what I think Cooper's going to do again here. Whether he does it after this international break or the next international break in about 4 weeks' time or 4 game weeks' time, that might happen. But once he's in, I think Vlachodimos will be our number 1. And there's no shame on Turner. I think he's done fantastically well. The fact that he's come in and he's settled so quickly, I think is credit to him alone. But Vlachodimos will be our goalkeeper, will be our number 1 going forward. Right. Back 4.
To the night, sorry.
Back 4. I've stuck in the new lad. I'm a Bamadeli because I think he is the future. I've had a bit more of a look at him now, and he's definitely somebody who fits that role in the right centre back role. And I think just from the pace that him and Niakate being in there brings us, I see that as our best team going forward. I love Felipe. I've already said what I need to say about Felipe. And Brett's going to call me out. A couple of the lads have already called. Eddie's called me out already on it. But we're not going to get.
Everybody's calling you out on it.
We're not going to get. Okay, tell me in the chat, guys. Are we going to get a full season out of Felipe? Because we're not. So if we're not going to, we got to be. What do you mean so? We're looking. So I'm looking at my strongest team. My strongest team going forward for a full season hasn't got Felipe in that back four. I'm sorry.
A quarter of a season with Felipe or a full season with Worrall.
I'm a Bamadelli in his case.
Oh, I'm a Bamadelli. Yeah, I'm a Bamadelli for me, mate. I don't think Worrall even comes into that. Yeah, but Worrall doesn't come into it. No, Worrall doesn't come into that conversation for me.
Felipe. Mate, are you getting like commission from the club shop for selling names on backs because you've got Vlachodimos and
yeah, per letter, yeah.
You've gone for all the longest names, basically.
That's basically, and I'm going to full name the rest of them as well. But Aurier and Aina, I think if we're playing a back four, Aurier is our best right back. Aina is our best option at left back. So I think that speaks for itself. Niakate speaks for himself. It's only that I'm a Bamadelli that you're going to argue with me about. But I think going forward, he's going to be our number four. I've gone for a double pivot, but with Dominguez with a bit more.
Wait. You don't get away that easily, mate.
What?
The chat are absolutely lambasting you about Felipe, and I cannot let these two not have a crack at you. And you've sat there sitting on your hands. What are your thoughts on his back five here?
Well, it's difficult to go in too hard, isn't it? Because it's the same as mine, except for the obvious omission of possibly the greatest defender that's ever existed on the planet. Felipe has to be in your best team. We didn't say for 20 games, 30 games, 40 games. We said, what is your best team?
Correct.
If everybody's fit and in form. Yeah. And if everybody's fit and in form, I don't think even if you thought about it, would put Bamadelli ahead of Felipe. So I think he's maybe I'm giving him the benefit of doubt and saying maybe.
No, you know what? Yeah, you can give me the benefit of a doubt because he keeps moving the bloody goalposts. Because at the start of this stream,
that makes it change, doesn't
it? We're going for Europe now all of a sudden. So I'm saying that as for the majority of the games, if you're looking for 80% of games, I don't think you're going to get that out of Felipe at the moment. I think you're going to be looking at our new centre back, and they've spent a lot of money on him, so I can see that happening. And he looks good.
11 million.
At the end of the day, he's unproven, though, isn't he? He's only young. He's unproven at the top level.
Absolutely.
Shiny new toy, my friend. That's what issue I've got with it.
What I'm throwing him in. Okay, but
shiny new toy. If you're going for the top four, like we're gonna get this year,
I'm not going to argue. What I'm not going to argue about is putting Felipe in there. What that's not going to say. I'm not going to say, I wouldn't have Felipe in there. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Felipe's not in there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on.
He's not. No, he's not in there. But okay, we're going to get to your team anyway in a second, Dino. Okay, I've saved some ammo for you, but we're talking.
Right. We had to fire away. I'm ready.
I've already seen everybody's team, and we had to have a differential in there, and that's the differential that I've put in there. I could have gone with exactly the same back four as Ant, but where's the conversation in that? But tell me why he wouldn't be playing. You can always say you love Felipe. Everybody loves Felipe, but you're telling this guy's not got a future in our back four.
Yeah.
No.
This season.
Let's put it this way. Everybody's fit, everybody's in form, and it's the FA Cup final. Who do you put in that back four?
Ooh.
Everybody's fit, everybody, yeah. And in the cup final, I would, absolutely.
Your formation's flawed already, and we've not even got to the other 7 yet.
Exactly.
Okay, let's get to the rest then. Let's get to the rest. Not waste time when you guys trying to troll my back four. Go on.
So you got Dominguez, Sangare in the 8 and the 6, and then MG Dub in the 10. Go on. Yeah. Explain.
So Sangare, you could just leave him as a thing, but I think we've got to have that strength in that. This is my best attacking team against any team we play against. I don't want the chopping and changing for a relegation team and a chopping and changing for top. I think this team can play against any team in the league, but I want that defensive solidity. Easy for me to say. Sangare gives you that. Pair him up with a Dominguez who's got that more of ability to transition the play. I like the look of that. I think that works better than Danilo right now. And I'm protecting Danilo a little bit because he's on such a long-term contract. What I don't want is for too many
Anybody to
teams.
see how good he is.
Yeah, that's basically it. That's basically it. You took words out of my mouth.
Dumbest thing I've ever heard. That's like saying, I just bought a Ferrari,
I like
but I'm not
it.
going to drive
No.
it just in case I scratch it. That's
No,
literally what
because
you're saying.
Dominguez isn't shit. It's not as if I'm taking it.
Really?
I don't think it's.
How many times have you seen him play? How many times have you seen him play?
How many times have you seen him play? You've done a whole
Mate,
video on him. How many times did you see him play?
Exactly, yeah. That's as
Oh,
much
that's
as you've
it.
seen him from the video.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. All I got is
Mate,
from
you
the
chucked
video.
him straight in. You chucked
I'm
him
the
I
straight
put him
one
in.
in.
that admits it.
Honestly, I think these two. I just think these two would work ready to go. If we're gonna have a double pivot, they'd be my double pivot. I think he's more defensive minded than Danilo, even though we're argued about whether Danilo was brought in as a 6 or an 8. I think he works better in that double pivot. Other defenders we can throw Santos, but you know what? I don't want to put too much time into Santos because he's not our player. He's on loan. I'd rather give a chance to players that we've signed or players that we're going to be looking to make permanent. So I think in a double pivot, them two work best for me. And then ahead of him, I've got MG Dub in his MG Dub role. I still think Cooper will try and build a team around our number 10 and play him as a number 10 if that's what you're going to do, because that's where you're going to get the best out of him. And I think the front three will speak for themselves. But if you want to interrupt me, guys, interrupt me at any point. If you don't agree, do you agree with a double pivot?
That's his best role without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
And he's the best number 10 at the club without any shadow of a doubt. But I'm not
the only
convinced
number
Cooper
10
wants to play 4-2-3-1.
If you were playing a double,
so far away from what he's played so far, I just don't think he'll do it.
No, we're not asking about what people do. But
this is ours.
Yeah, but double pivot wise,
if I can just say about Dominguez, I don't doubt he's better defensive midfielder. As I said at the beginning, my team and formation was our at home attacking team against weaker sides. I said that. You know, you don't. I know what you're saying as about consistency, but you simply can't play the same team for every game you play. You can't do. Even Pep Guardiola doesn't do that. So I have no objection. I have no objection of putting Dominguez in place of Danilo. What I would say is that I haven't seen him play, so it's hard for me to say I'm going to put him in front of a player that I've seen how good he can be.
If you were to play a double pivot, who would be the two? If we were to play, let's say we're playing a double pivot, who would be your two?
I think
I'd assume Sangare would be one.
If you look at my away team, Dominguez was in my away team. So
that's not
I called it an away team, but it's not an away team. It's actually
in the double pivot
that at home against Man City as well. It's not just, you know what I'm saying, against the more high octane team.
No, I'm saying is in a double pivot, would you stick them two that I've gone for?
I'm happy with this team, Ez. I'm happy with this team. I've got no problem with it.
Do you know? Would you put Santos in, or would you put Danilo in that second role, assuming Sangare's in there automatically?
Neither. But wait till you get to my team.
Okay, I know who you're going to go for.
To be honest,
we're sleeping on Santos. I understand what
you're
saying, Ez, about
one at a time. One at a time.
Sorry, that was my fault. Sorry.
Go
on, Dino.
No. I prefer, personally, as a player, I prefer Danilo because I've seen him play. You know, he's obviously an exciting talent that, like Ant said, Dominguez is more defensively minded, I think. So I can see what you've done there. But it's 2, 3, 4 shiny new toys in that team. 5, and the goalkeeper as well. So there's a few shiny new toys in there, and I don't know
more.
I don't. Yeah, but don't we?
I want to. Einar. Dominguez.
No, I'm not counting Einar as a shiny toy. I'm talking about people that we've not seen play yet.
All right, fair enough. But still 7 shiny-ish toys.
But isn't that a criticism we have of Cooper that he doesn't play these players, and now we're saying we don't want to play these players?
Fair point.
I want to see my shiny new toys, mate. I don't want to leave them in the box.
Yeah, no, fair point.
I'm on your side, mate.
Yeah,
get him in there.
Patience, Spence. That's patience, my friend.
Patience.
Shall I tell you what you're doing here, Ez? You're playing a 4-2-3-1 before we get into your attacking team, but you're playing with 2 defensive. You're playing the double pivot. Yeah, I'll give it to you. You're playing the double pivot.
Double pivot,
because Dominguez is a holding 8 rather than a flat 8 for me.
Absolutely.
Sangare is a complete 6 rather than a full 6 because he will get forward as well. You're slowly winning me over. I thought you were stupid at first. I still do think, knowing you are stupid. But there's a little
You know
bit
what,
of
guys?
logic.
Off screen, it's the roles are totally reversed. He's the dumb one.
Shits himself.
No. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, shits himself whenever we demand something. All right, I'm sorry. I said
It's
that.
proper true, that is.
All I'm saying
We're
so
still
far,
friends, aren't we? We're still football friends, aren't we?
I just can't take you seriously not having Felipe in this team. And that for
Okay.
me just says stupidity.
Is that so? Okay, in that entire freaking team that I put out, you're gonna argue over one player, yeah? I'll swap that
No,
one player
two.
for. I'm quite happy. Okay, who's the other one?
I'll argue another thing.
Go on.
You've got the best logo ever. It looks like Hangman.
Yeah,
I thought
exactly.
it was
It
Hangman.
looks slightly. I'm not even gonna use the terms, but yeah, it looks.
Which is what you should do with that team.
Shut up.
To the
All right,
gallows.
You love that team. You wish Cooper had the balls to play that team. That's what you wish, mate.
All right,
I'm telling you
chat.
now.
Chat, start getting your thoughts in on Ez's team. We'll come to your comments in a second. I guess your front three is pretty much you just copied Ants then. So you've got Elanga on the left wing, Awani in the middle,
That's
and
so up for
Hobson
debate.
Odoi.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's so up for
so-
debate. Yeah.
That's the most difficult
Anything-
bit, isn't it? The front line.
Yeah.
It's so difficult to choose.
Well, there's not many to choose from. There's not many to choose from.
That's what I mean.
That's
I
why.
think it's quite the opposite. I think it's very easy to choose.
Yeah, they have to pick themselves. Okay, so any thoughts that you want to add on this team and Dino before we get into the chat's comments?
Better than Ants for me, but still not as good as mine.
Ooh, and
I'll take
you gonna come
that.
back
I'll take
on
that. I'll take that.
You
Can I
gonna
just
come back
say?
on
Can I just say something? Personnel-wise, there are two differences between mine and Ezra's. One is Amadama Bailey for Felipe, and the other one is Dominguez for Danilo. Hardly world shattering, is it?
Yeah,
No,
but also,
actually, now you say that, Ezra's team's shite.
yeah, but at least Ez knows where to put a number 8 on a team sheet. Yeah,
True. Also true.
Yeah, I didn't realise I was going to have to explain to you how the game actually works. I thought you were intelligent and had enough
when you
football
have
knowledge
one
to
in
know
a
that.
camp position, you kind
You know
of
me.
no longer can call him an 8. But anyway.
That's a
Let's
given,
get into
innit?
the chat's comments.
Yeah.
Let's bring the chat's comments up. Bloody hell, man. I didn't think this would get so heated. All right. Let's do the super
Can you
chats
ask
first.
Levi what he gave me?
Hold on. Just 1 second. 1 second. Let me get the super chats in. Crypto Rider, thank you again for the £2. I can no longer take advice. Can no longer take FPL advice from Ez after this. Crypto, I don't blame you, mate.
He's
I
third
really
in the
don't
league,
blame
man.
Crypto.
Come on. Ezra's third in the
Crypto.
league.
Yeah,
We do
by
put
luck,
ourselves
not
out there,
design.
He's
don't
all
we?
right.
You gotta admit that.
Nikki saying, I quite like the look of this team, Ez. Oh my God. Levi
Yes,
giving him
Nikki.
a 15 out of 10. What the hell? Get your score ratings in chat for
That's a
Ez's
proper
team.
score.
Let me put it back on the
That's not.
screen just in case you forgot the weirdness of it. 7 from Jonathan. Let's get some of the scores in. Keith, who I was worried about. You know what? I think it's the first premiere Keith has ever missed today. Keith, I hope you're okay, bud. Ez icon looks like the sign on the door of the gents.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to enter it though, to be fair.
5.62 from Unknown Gamer. Sharky with the £2 says, I want the new toys, please, Cooper. I think you and Ez could have a fun chat, Sharky, man. Thank you so much for the £2, bud. Really, we love you, man. We love you. Dennis giving him a 7. Elanga, who was top of the league, the FPL one, he's giving it a
that's
1.
why.
Ez.
That's
Jealousy,
why.
that is.
It's because of his. Yeah, it's because of his red arrow last week. Yeah.
Stoney saying 8.5. Jeff giving it a 7. Oh my God, Crypto's gone raw on you, man. Minus 169. Okay,
Crypto, I did you a favor, mate. As he's gone.
we got Owen giving it a 7. But Owen, I thought I don't know.
Solid 7.
And
I
Martin
think solid 7.
giving it a 6.5.
That's another troll as well.
Well, I could say no Felipe, big questions over this manager. 6. Well said. Well said. Harvey, where are you getting that score? 9.9.
My biggest fan. He's my biggest fan.
Keith, it's good to hear you do have a life. I was beginning to worry, mate. Okay, so remember Ezra's team. I'll show you Ant's team. We've done Beavis. We've done Butthead. Now let's move on to Egghead.
Oh, you've done him dirty there, mate.
Oh dear.
What's with the eyebrows and the touch?
What's the, yeah.
My God.
Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah,
Dino.
he only looks like that when he's going on a secret mission.
That's when Dino snuck in
He's
to meet
actually really
Sangare.
like me, look. If you look, sit it, look.
It's not bad. It's not bad. All right. So for those watching on the podcast, let me shout out the team quickly before I hand over to the egghead. You got Turner in goal. He's gone for a 4-3-3. Turner in goal. Einar left. Niakate and Felipe with Nico Williams at right back. Across the midfield three, he's gone Danilo, Sangare, and Ryan Yates. And then up front, he has gone for the three, Alanga, Awani, and Hudson-Odoi. That seems to be what all these bloody idiots are doing. Dino, explain yourself and explain yourself to the chat. And chat, what are you thinking about this one?
Right. This is the top four side for me to start off with. First of all, Turner in goal.
Whoa.
Did I hear you right?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is from the
Top
man that
four.
brought you Shelby
Yeah.
35
This is
yarder,
taking
by
us to
the way.
top four there. Yeah.
Is this with
Let me-
Shelby or
let me
without
explain.
Shelby?
Huh?
With or
Shelby,
without
stuff
Shelby?
Shelby, he's dead to me. Right. He upset me. You know why he upset me? I'm not going to go through it. I took a lot of abuse on behalf of Shelby last year for the 35-yarder. So no, Shelby's dead to me. Right, Turner in goal. He's played fantastic since he's come into the side. It can't be worse than Ez. Let me explain and then have your comments in, right? Shiny new toy, Mr. Butterfingers, right? Chakademus and pliers. This guy Turner is good in the air. He's good at coming to take crosses. He'll make the defense feel more comfortable. That's why Turner's in for me. Williams, the wild card at the right back. Aurier plays some fantastic games, but he's not disciplined in coming back. When he gets caught forward, he's just lazy getting back. Williams is more disciplined. We spent a lot of money on him. He's waited for his turn. He's at a good age, and it's time that he got a run in the team. That's why Williams is in the team for me. He's not shiny new toy either.
Dumbest thing I've ever heard
Yeah,
in
he
my
can't
life.
play right back. He's not a right back. I think we all
Wait,
said
sorry,
he's
can I
not a right
just
back.
can I just say one thing? Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
That's the dumbest logic as well I've ever heard. We spent a
No,
lot
not
of
at
money
all.
up here. Let me finish.
Not at all.
We
He's gonna
spent a lot
overlap
of. Let
with
me finish.
Sangare dropping
Let me
back into the
finish.
sixth position.
Let me
Let him
finish.
land.
Let me
You
land.
can't even
Let
see
me-
you, so I couldn't even know that you're
I
talking.
ain't John Cena here, mate. Just listen, right? You just said we spent a lot of money on him. Yeah.
Mhm.
By that logic, you should have Chris Wood up front.
No, I said a lot of money, not stupid backhanders.
Yeah.
Same difference.
No, it's not. It's not. Lining pockets of certain people was the Wood deal.
Silence.
Okay.
What were you saying? Eds?
I can't see He's not a right back. He's not a right back. If you're playing a
I've not done my
fullback,
back four, five yet.
yeah,
I've not
but
done
he
my
asked
five
me.
yet.
He asked me, so I jumped in. But go on, carry on, mate.
Okay. Right. So Sangare is going to, I know I'm moving into midfield. I'll come back from that, but Sangare is going to sit and protect, almost making the three when we attack, which means Einar and Williams can get forward. Now, Williams is much better than Aurier at getting forward, other than those two assists that Aurier did, right? In the flash in the pan. Our best two centre-backs by a long way, proven, not shiny new toys, and Niakate and Felipe. That Omadimba Bing Bong, right? He's got plenty of time to come into the team.
Mm-hmm.
He could play the cup games. We'll be in Europe next year, so no problem. He'll get lots of games then when Felipe's stepping back. Felipe and Niakate are the two in midfield for me. Left back picks itself for me. So Einar is identical to Williams, so they both defend and get up equally. There's no imbalance there for me. That's why I've got that team in the back five. Go.
I'm sorry, but no. Go on, Ant.
Go on.
Yeah, what a load of crap. I mean, are you Cooper's son? I mean, that's such a negative fucking team, honestly. It's all let's take care of what's at the back. We've got Sangare, we've got Yates.
Just go start with the defense. You just defense and defense.
Yeah,
Criticize his defense.
Yeah, I can't go along. If you're playing a back four, your right back has to be able to defend. And Williams, I like Williams. I think he's got a, possibly got a decent future, but I don't fancy him at right back. I'd always have.
How can he have a future when he doesn't play?
Well, he will play in certain games. As I say, you pick.
Yeah,
you have to pick teams for the games.
Most games.
But we're saying this is the best we can pick, and I
Yeah.
don't agree that Williams is the best right back in the club. I think Aurier is a better right back. Other than that, your defence looks fine because it's. I don't mind Turner. I just wanted to see what Vlachodimos can do. I can only go on what I've read, and what I've seen.
Is that not a risk to see Vlachodimos rather than Turner?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Like I say, I would not have a problem with
Turner's
Turner
done
being
nothing wrong.
All.
He's not put a foot wrong. So why shouldn't he keep his place?
Okay. Yeah. No, I've just said fine. I don't have a problem with that, Dino. I don't have a problem with
I
Turner.
move on from Turner. You're kind of agreeing to agree there. So go on, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just down to simply the other three are the same back four that I've got. So the only one I can disagree with is Williams because of the reasons I've said. He's not as good a defender as Aurier. That's it.
And would you put Montiel ahead of Williams as a right back? I'm not talking right wing back. As a right
not as a right back. I don't believe.
Would you not?
No, he's left-sided.
Is it
isn't he?
defensively?
He's right-sided.
He's right-sided. Montiel.
Is he?
Yeah.
My mistake. Okay, that's interesting. I thought he was cover for Niakate. Oh, in that case,
No.
You're confusing Murillo. You're thinking
he
of
said
Murillo.
Montiel.
Oh, Montiel.
The Argentinian.
Yes. I'm right then. Murillo is left-sided centre back.
Yeah.
No.
As a right back,
I would put Montiel ahead of Williams. Yeah.
That's same here.
Yeah.
Same here. Only way
he's
I put Williams in.
Montiel is. He's very good going forward.
He is, but he's equally as bad defending as Williams. But I think he's better going forward. But Williams if you're gonna play wing backs, that's the only time I think Williams works out of you.
You've not seen him.
Yeah,
You've not seen him play. You've just seen clips. You've not seen him play.
Who?
Montiel.
Of course. But I'm not seeing. I can say the same about.
You have.
But I can say the same about Sangare, but there's no argument that he's going to be our mainstay.
Yeah, I mean, Sangare he's come out of the Champions League to play for Forest, for God's sake. So
he's Montiel.
Okay, all right. Let's move on because the chat have picked up on a big boo-boo here. All right. Let's move on to the midfield. I see what you're saying, Esther. I've seen a few others as well. Let's get into this midfield, Dino. So you've gone for the three: Danilo, Sangare, and Yates. Go for it.
Legs, tackles, energy in midfield. Danilo can then push forward and take the number 10 role when we're on the attack. He likes to get forward more. The reason I put three in midfield is because we were run over in midfield most of last season with the two. Most teams play with a three or an inverted four now, right? So I want the centre backs to come out, one of the right backs come out to make a four. So 4v2, you're going to lose every time. So we need a three in midfield for me. And there are three most energetic players. I think Yates is going to learn a lot from Sangare. I think he'll come on a lot, and so will Danilo. But when Yates needs to hold, he'll hold with Sangare. When Yates needs to get forward, he'll get forward with Danilo. That's my rationale behind those three: energy and tackles.
Okay. Would you play Sangare and Yates if you were just playing a double pivot, which was my question before? Would you? And you kind of skirted it. But would you play him?
I play like that with Sangare's drop deep and Yates and Danilo is either side, so they can flex.
No. Sorry, if you were to play two, if you were to play two like my formation, would you pair Yates with Sangare ahead of Danilo or Dominguez?
Yes, I would, because more defensive minded. Yeah. Yates is a better tackler than most Forest fans give him credit for. I said last year that he should. Freuler shouldn't be in the CDM role. It should be Yates, if anybody. Neither of them are perfect, but Yates has definitely got more bite about him.
He has, and that's a problem. I don't think he's a good tackler. I think he gets himself in and about, but actually winning tackles, winning balls, I don't think he's the best compared to the other two players that I would put ahead of him, to be honest. But do you want to get to the elephant in the room? Because no, sorry, Ant's got a comment. Go on, Ant, jump in.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm seeing a lot of good energy in midfield, good legs, solid.
They're liking it. Yeah, the chat like midfield.
I don't want that. I want an exciting, progressive midfield. Where's the creativity in there?
Danilo.
So you're leaving it all to Danilo on his own.
He's not creative. He's not creative.
It's not that creative. No, I was going to say it's not that creative. So for me, I like the Sangare, I like the Danilo because obviously I've got them in my team. But MGW gives you that creativity that's lacking in that midfield. That to me looks like a very defensive side. If I'm honest, it looks like a frightened side. I would rather go for the bit more flair and a bit more progression.
I disagree. I think
I can see that working against the likes of Man City and people like that, but we're not playing them every week, are we?
No, but I think it's a balanced side because you can flex the, like you said, formation on paper. It never turns out like that on the pitch, does it? With average positions on a heat map.
I agree.
Danilo could get forward. Yates could get forward. Sangare could even get forward, and it could be very attacking. Williams obviously enjoys getting forward rather than defending, and Einar's the same. He enjoys getting forward. So that could be a very attacking formation. But when needed, when your backs are against the wall, they can all sit and do a job. And we won't lose anything up front either.
So this is a backs against the wall formation, yeah? But I'd agree with you.
As I said, son of Cooper.
No, I didn't say it's a backs against the wall formation. I said
I'd agree with your transitional.
Okay, this team can still do it. But when you want to attack, this team can still do it, which is why it's well balanced.
No, but that's where I think the balance falls down because I don't think attacking wise you've got enough creativity, which is a word that Ant used. Yeah. I agree. I don't think there's enough creativity in that midfield three. I do like that shape, as in if you want to transition it, but they're not the two players I'd have either side of Sangare because I want us to be able to transition into a slightly more attacking formation when you have got ball going forward. And Yates, as much as I love him, he's just not for me. He's just not the one for me.
Certain players as well. If you think of the likes of Kante at Chelsea and other players who are that good in midfield, they actually can do the job of two men. I mean, I think we said that. We've said that on a number of occasions, and I think we're hoping that Sangare is that player. So Sangare can cover more of that field with this less need for a Yates. So you can give that position to a more creative player.
Look, there's some interesting points being raised here. The most interesting one is that there's over 400 of you in here and only 127 likes. So please do take a second if you haven't already and hit that like button, Ant. Don't forget as well, we've got two other channels, FFTV High Press, !THP in the chat. Make sure you're subscribed to that, and FFTV Premier League !PL in the chat, and make sure you're subscribed to those.
And also, if I can add to that, Wolverine. Also, we're starving, so if anybody feels generous would like to give us a super chat, you'll get lots of kisses and love and everything.
Yeah, and we will prioritize the super chats. So get your thoughts in on Dino's team, because we're going to talk about this elephant in the room. Before I make him defend himself on Morgan Gibbs-White and why he's negated him, I will start by saying this, Dino. I have said throughout this week when I've been looking at formations and everything, Morgan Gibbs-White could turn into Cooper's headache, because if you want to go to the 4-3-3, you got to lose a 10. But could you not, or would you not have considered him instead of Hudson-Odoi potentially? What's your thinking here with Morgan Gibbs-White? Just before we do, though, let's get the super chat in from the legend that is Simon F. Thank you so much for the £5, bro. We do love you. Much love to all the FFTV boys. Plug the gap during the international break. Worth it alone for Dino's Churchill. Top stuff. If you haven't seen Dino's video on how Forest destroyed Chelsea, please check that out in the High Press. And I don't know who was doing it because it wasn't Dino. Bloody hell, with his cigars. So, Dino, explain yourself. The only natural creative player we have is Morgan Gibbs-White. Where the F is he in this dumbass team you've put together, man?
If I'd have gone a 4-2-3-1, he would have obviously been in that cemented position.
But you didn't.
He was my player of the year last year, but with this lineup, it just doesn't fit. I'm not putting square pegs in round holes. Hudson-Odoi, yes, shiny new toy. More like Ant said, hope. More like hope than anything else. MGW could play out there, but he's not a fast winger, is he? He's more like a wide playmaker type person, which is fine. But I'm just trying to keep it balanced here in terms of having fast counter-attack, fast wingers, overlapping fullbacks, and a solid midfield. So MGW, unfortunately for me, form or no form, he doesn't fit this formation for me.
I agree with Dino on that.
You don't think has MGW in it? Can we just get that on the record, please?
In this formation, this doesn't have MGW in it. No.
This is
In
your
your
formation.
opinion-
I would never play him as a right winger. I would no. It's just no. It's not his position. That is the definition of shoehorning him in.
Mm-hmm. I agree. In this formation, you don't put MG Dub in, but this is not a formation I'd go with.
I disagree. I completely disagree.
You'd put MG Dub in this formation.
Yeah.
Where would you put him?
Yeah.
Instead of
I'd drop
Callum.
Hudson-Odoi. I'd put Elanga on the right-hand side, start MG Dub on the left, float him in into the 10. Look, we never attack down the left-hand side. It's dead air.
It's how we played towards the end of last season.
We've got Elanga to do that now, haven't we?
Elanga can go on the right. If you're going to shoehorn MGW into the... I agree it's a shoehorn, but he's better than Hudson-Odoi. There's no debate on that. There's no debate.
Well, as a winger?
As an inverted winger, if you like. Inverted winger into 10.
Inverted wingers come in with pace and dribble. It's not his game.
And you know what? That's Hudson-Odoi.
Hudson-Odoi hits
Playmaker.
Hudson-Odoi takes on players and hits the byline and pulls the ball back. MGW
Correct.
doesn't do that.
Correct.
And it might get him off set pieces as well, which is a benefit. Listen, what I said last week was that he's got no competition. As a number 10, he's got no competition in the squad. So probably the only way he gets out of a team or gets a rest or a break or whatever is by playing that formation. But I would not be shoehorning him into that formation.
Guys, as a matter of interest, and don't get on to me because I watch Arsenal because I play good football. Would you consider Odegaard as a number? No, would you? No, I'm just asking a question. Would you consider Odegaard as a number 10?
No, I wouldn't.
Would you consider what? Go on.
No, I'd no.
That's
he's
the
more
position I would consider MGW for in my formation. You see, that's what I was trying to explain.
I didn't hear the position. What?
Odegaard.
Would you consider Odegaard as a number 10?
Yes.
Yeah, I would. Yeah,
because
he's
playing now.
Wider than him.
No, not where he's playing now.
He's definitely a right-sided number 10. 100%.
Yeah. Well, this is what I was trying to say to you. He leads the press. He defends very well. You know, he's not just sat there like James Maddison, for example. I would say Maddison's more of a number 10. But anyway,
Odegaard's leagues ahead of
the real answer
to
that question. Should I say the real answer? We don't care. We don't care. Right?
He's a better player than MGW, Odegaard.
What I do care about, while these guys are about to argue the final stages of Dino's team, chat, get your ratings in out of 10 on Dino's team. Let me see what you think of it. Are there any, and Ez, anything else you would pick up Dino on in this team? So you've said Williams. There's been a bit of a debate on Yates. Anything else you're looking at there? Yeah,
it's quite funny, actually, because the ones that I have objections to are the old guard in Williams and Yates. I don't think they're the best we've got. So those two, they're the ones I'm picking up on. I'm not saying they have no place in the squad. I'm not saying they're not going to contribute during the season. But as I said, this is like the FA Cup final team, if you like. So they're the ones I would personally have a problem.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that's not a formation we can turn to at some point during the season, because I think we will, and I think we should. But I wouldn't be shoehorning MG Dub into it, and I wouldn't be playing Williams at right back. I think we've got two better right backs than him. No, I don't know.
I think I've got a lot of score in the chat. I got like minus 525,000.
Yeah, worst team so far. Sorry, Dean from Daniel. Okay, so let's see who the chat thinks out of you three is the dumbest and the smartest. Okay,
we've had Beavis, Butthead, Egghead. What about Knobhead? Aren't you doing one?
Yeah, exactly.
Knobhead gets a special video to himself.
He gets a whole video to himself. Yeah,
it's the international weekend.
Yeah, because we're not there to challenge him.
We've got to pad out the videos, mate. Right? We can't, spunk our load in one sitting.
I know, but make sure you premiere it so you can get the abuse in the chat. Make sure you premiere it when you do it. Yeah.
Don't worry. When you see my team, you will be blown away. Okay, so quick recap. Dino's team, 4-3-3. He's gone Turner, Einar, Niakate, Felipe, Williams, Danilo, Sangare, Yatesy across the middle, and then Elanga, Awonyi, and Hudson-Odoi as his front three. The guy who can't get into Alton Towers, he's gone with a 4-2-3-1. Einar, Niakate, Omar Bamadeli, and Aurier with Vlachodimos in goal. In the two, he's got Dominguez and Sangare. MGW in the hole, Elanga, Awonyi, and Hudson-Odoi. And then finally, Beavis has gone for Vlachodimos in goal. Apparently, he's calling this formation a 4-1-2-2-1. God knows what he's invented here, but he's gone Vlachodimos in goal, Einar, Niakate, Felipe, and Aurier. It's probably the best defense. Anyway, I'm not influencing it. Sangare in the 6, Danilo in the 10 or 8, whatever Ant thinks it is, with MGW alongside him in the 10 or 8, and then he's got Elanga, Awonyi, and Hudson-Odoi up front. Guys, I'm going to give you each 30 seconds to plead your case to the chat, and I'm going to open the poll up, and they're going to figure out which one of you is the smartest, and then by de facto, which one of you is the dumbest, whoever finishes last. So, chat, get ready with your votes. Let's start. Who went first? It was Ant. Ant, you got 30 seconds to plead your case.
Can you put my team up so I can explain to people?
It's 30 seconds, mate.
All right. Yeah. So my team is obviously, it's more of an attacking team. It's more of an exciting team. As I've said earlier, you can bring Danilo back to form a double pivot with Sangare, and you could push MGW up into what we call the 10 position. And it covers every base. It covers the defensive side and the progressive side. And the players I've picked are all quality players. There's no weak link in that team. And I think that would undoubtedly get us into Europe next season. Not an issue. We've also got a fantastic bench, don't forget.
30 seconds up. Ez, you have 30 seconds to plead your case with your team.
I don't think I've got much pleading to do here, because there's one player that you guys are disagreeing with, and we can easily switch him out for Felipe. Other than that, you guys 100% I would win that. I would have won it hands down. That's just because I wanted to give you some controversy. But other than that, I would have won it hands down. So I've given you controversy by putting the Irish lad in. But other than that, if you switched him out for Felipe, could anybody argue with that team? I don't think you could. I'll drop my mic and but give an extra 10 seconds to Dino. I don't need it. Go.
Cookie. And then Dino.
If you're going to play like that, then I also changed my team to make it more interesting for the chat. And obviously, I put Williams in because it was good. It was going to be Aurier at the back. But I'm sticking with the guys. This is a solid defense. It's got attacking prowess. 3 in midfield, not going to get run over like the other 2 boys. Solid Sangare. Young lads, Danilo and Yates, are going to learn from him. 3 beasts up front with speed and pace for our perfect counter-attack that Cooper loves to play. Boom.
Mike.
I didn't have a mic.
My computer froze.
Can I just remind you, Ez didn't put Felipe in the side. I'm just saying.
Oh, backhands. Keith, the legend with the £2. Take Elanga out and move the egg icon over a bit, he says. So, Keith, you know what? He makes a good point.
We can't afford that. We can't afford that.
I'm surprised Dino's team wasn't that.
Yeah.
I really am.
You get my vote. You get my vote.
England.
All right,
That's
chat,
a winning team right there.
20 more seconds to get your votes in. Let's give you a running live update. In third place with 20% of the vote currently is Dino.
No,
in second place
free midfield
with 33% of the vote is Anthony. And winning at the moment with 47% of the vote is
I haven't even
Ez.
voted.
So what you're saying is that because I put Ahmad Bing Bong in instead of Felipe, he's hammered me. Come on, you lot. Think about it.
Chat.
That's just favoritism because you like him because he's good looking. I'm not stupid, you know.
No.
Chat.
Well, it's not that. It's definitely not because of that.
It's gone on charisma, this has. It's not gone on bloody facts.
Chat, you've got 30 seconds to get your votes in. At the moment, Ez has a clear lead. I can't believe what I'm seeing with my own eyes right here. Ez's stuff does not think so. Look how smug. Absolutely, Mark. He's sitting there smug already. Just on that
I'm
fact
never
alone,
smug.
you
I'm never
guys.
smug.
Seriously, Crypto saying, Mr. Steal Your Girl, aka Mr. Hate Felipe. That's exactly what we've got with Ez. All right, I'm closing the chat in literally the vote in 10 seconds. Your winner and the person who's got the most votes is 3, 2, 1. With 49% of the vote, it has gone to Ez.
You know you love
With
it.
his-
You know you love it. You know you love it.
With his
Well done, Ez.
You
4,
know you love it.
2,
I even got
3,
away.
1.
I even got away with putting an Irishman in there. You guys love me. You really, really love me. No, I'm joking. Can I do my
They do,
acceptance
Ez.
speech?
They do. They love you. They love you.
Can I do my acceptance speech? I want to thank my parents.
Yes, yeah.
I want to thank God. And
All right.
All right,
you're
just-
Sorry,
You're
my
so
finger
cool.
slipped.
No
I'm
with the
sorry. All
glory.
right, I'm sorry. I'll bring him back.
yeah, he is pretty smug. Let's bring him back up. Yeah.
I'm never
trying.
smug.
Okay.
I wouldn't do that.
Okay, so a lot of you are asking, where's Wolverine's team? Don't worry, it's coming. Yeah, it's gonna be Wolverine versus Cooper's team. Yeah, we're gonna go. I ain't an idiot like these three. I'll put a team together, and you guys are gonna absolutely love it.
Well,
So
we'll see. We'll see.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just very quickly, guys. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but in case you haven't heard, Elanga has been injured while on duty with Sweden. So how serious the injury is, we don't know yet. I will keep you posted on the dailies as soon as we hear an update. But yeah, heavy blow on that.
That screws
So
all our formations up then, doesn't it?
yeah,
you're
He's
all
back
front.
to
You're
1-1 up front.
I tell you
yeah,
what,
get one on
Elanga,
front.
Elanga could never be a true Man U fan. He's got the broadest Manchester accent I've ever heard.
All right, guys.
True.
So I hope you've
wow.
enjoyed this episode. It's been good to get the boys back together. We are back on Wednesday with Dial In with Ez.
Oh yeah.
And then we will be back on Friday the members with the members only stream,
Yes.
which will be just us boys talking with you guys. Zorro. That's all I'm gonna say. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Keep
Friday
the
is
children
Zorro
away.
Day.
Keep the children away because there may be the odd swear word slips out from time to time.
Absolutely. So Friday, guys, get your beers out, get your drinks out, get your popcorn out. It's just going to be a chilled out, relaxed session. Zorro, you know what I'm talking about. So, right, we'll close it there. Thank you so much for chilling with us. Enjoy your working week if you're working tomorrow. If not, we will see you on the daily video. Don't forget, Wednesday, dial in with Ez, and on Friday, it will be the members only stream. Can't wait for it. We'll see you tomorrow. Come on, you Reds. Like and subscribe.
You Reds.